We're going to talk about the last part of our Startup Lifecycle series. We're going to explain what makes a startup going long distance, how much money and how long does it take to make a really long distance startup. Okay, what I mean by long distance startups are the great companies that you see: Coca-Cola, Apple, um, Google. Those companies you know are going to be there for a while. And they made their business through accumulations of sales. We have shown this picture before. Coca-Cola is just repeat sales of items. Okay? You have to repeat your sales act. You don't try to do something and get a good sum up, get a like on a social network. That matters to nothing. You have to make sales and have to have people telling you, please sell me more, not give me more. And this happens to Apple, Apple's iPhone factory. Look how many people are busy making everything. And this happens to Google. Okay, if I type in any word, any combination of English language, say mass tutoring, you see this ad. Those are the ways that Google makes money. Google charges those companies to pay them to place their ads up front based on keywords. Well, how many combinations of keywords are there? And how many days are there in a year? And you will no longer wonder if Google makes money. They do. They figured out how to do this. They sell ad space. It's very important to know exactly how long it takes and how much. I'll give you a rule of thumbs figure. Most people do not give it to you. Most people don't give it to you for reasons that they would explain as they will try to be rigorous. They will try to understand what you know. Well, let me tell you, to start a company takes 10 years and about $1 million. If you don't have $1 million, if your parents do not have $1 million, then you have to raise that money. You do not start up something on a shoestring. You do not start up something on $0. Okay, nobody starts a company on $0. It's a fantasy. If you have this money and have the vision and have the years, then you spend your money and get a company going, like a local Pizza Hut franchise or something like that. If you don't, then you have to ask people for money. You have to get investment. Well, when you get investment, you're promising the investors returns. The investors needs to be returned, typically in 3 years with 10 times return. They would never tell you that they want 10 times return in 3 years, but that's what they want. So whenever you write a business plan, you write anything to a potentially person with net worth or a venture capitalist, this is what they want. Okay? Of course, the valuation depends on a lot of things. That's not the important thing. They look at if you are the right person, if your business you're trying to start is the right person. So this is the end of my series about startup life cycle. Again, I want to emphasize that I actually do not encourage anyone to start up. So I would have my standard disclaimer. Okay, startup is extremely dangerous. It's extremely difficult. Just like a normal person would not try to be a indoor cycling, trick cycling world champion. Very few people should think that I would do startup because startup is easy. Startup is the hardest. Okay, so I give fair warning to anyone that if you want to be rich, if you want to be cool, don't do it. And once you get on the treadmill, you can't return. because you have already abandoned everything and you have borrowed money that you need to return. Okay? To go from a young apprentice to a senior master, the only question you have to ask yourself is, do you want to be him? Okay? And this is not about being fun. This is not about being cute. Do you want to go through two lives in one life and be like Yuda? That's the biggest question that you need to ask yourself deep in your heart. Thank you.